Shohei Ohtani is taking over baseball, both domestically and globally. Hit the intro.
High fly ball to center field. Ohtani, inevitable!
He's a movie star. This is like Brad Pitt.
Fly ball right center field. He's at the track. 40-40! Walk-off grand slam! What a moment! History!
Even though he has more money than he knows what to do with, his lifestyle will definitely surprise you.
The two-way star dropped almost $8 million on this home in La Cañada, Flint Ridge.
I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying.
Let's quickly start things off with his background. Shohei Ohtani was born the youngest of 3 children in the rural town of Oshu, Japan on July 5, 1994. His mother was a professional badminton player, and his father was an amateur baseball player. His father introduced him to baseball at a young age, and he became obsessed with it. As a teenager, he attended Hanamaki Higashi High School, where he played baseball and was a standout talent on the swim team. As an 18-year-old, Ohtani threw a 99-mile-per-hour fastball, setting a Japanese high school record. This drew major interest from numerous MLB teams. Despite that, however, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters selected him in the 2012 NPB draft. After strong negotiations between him and the Fighters, Ohtani announced that he would sign with the Fighters and spend some years in Japan before a possible MLB move. This would allow Ohtani to serve as a pitcher and position player. The Los Angeles Dodgers, who have become Ohtani's top choice MLB team, were not prepared to let him play both ways. Come on! Let's briefly discuss his early career. At age 18, Ohtani made his debut for the Fighters playing as a right fielder.
1、2塁間広く空いていた。前へファーストランナー2塁から3塁へ行く。大谷、サードへボールを送ってきた。アウト。
He only batted .238, and future MLB pitcher Masahiro Tanaka dominated Ohtani. But in his sophomore season, he became the first Japanese player to reach double digits in both home runs and wins. And during the All-Star game that year, this happened.
2球目。162!
Yup, that was the fastest pitch ever thrown by a Japanese player. Ohtani dominated the league, leading in both wins and winning percentage the following season. The year after, he cemented his legacy by capturing the MVP award. Now, with his sights set on the MLB, Ohtani made his move the following year. In November of 2017, MLB and NPB reached a posting agreement, paving the way for his transition. The Los Angeles Angels secured his talents with a $20 million posting fee, officially closing the chapter on his dominant NPB career. Now, time to talk about his MLB career and achievements. On December 8, 2017, Ohtani agreed to a deal with the LA Angels and received a $2.315 million signing bonus. Cha-ching! The following April, he made his pitching debut.
Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 in his big league debut on the mound.
And 2 days later, Ohtani hit his first MLB home run.
That's out toward right center field. At the wall. Gone!
He was later named Rookie of the Year. After recovering from Tommy John surgery, Ohtani returned to the mound, making his first pitching appearance in almost 2 years. But he allowed 5 runs and was removed from the mound without recording a single out. A flexor strain would prevent him from pitching the rest of the season, so he decided to make some major changes that offseason. He adjusted his diet, started lifting weights, and bulked up to 225 pounds. In that June, Ohtani became the first pitcher ever elected to the Home Run Derby. And 5 days later, he made history again. But this time, it was straight up weird. Ohtani hit for himself as a pitcher with designated hitter rules in place. This marked the first time in MLB history that an AL team chose not to use a DH while an NL team did. He made history the following month, becoming the first player selected as an All-Star as both a position player and a pitcher.
And here he is. Wait, we just saw him at the plate.
Ohtani was awarded the AL MVP and Silver Slugger Awards for 2021. The following year, Ohtani was the center of some innovative MLB changes. This included a new rule enabling a pitcher to remain in the batting order as a DH after leaving the mound. Then, he hit his first career grand slam that May.
Ohtani's never hit a grand slam until now!
But in June of the following season, Ohtani would have the game of a lifetime. After hitting a home run in the bottom of the first and striking out 10, this would happen in the bottom of the seventh.
A couple of years ago, Ohtani hits one in the air, left center field. It's gone! Shohei Ohtani with his second of the night!
For the third year in a row, Ohtani was named an All-Star as both a pitcher and a DH. And 1 year to the day of his first Grand Slam, he recorded his second.
Gordon the first. Swing and a drive out to right field. Grand Slam! Shohei Ohtani!
Though a UCL tear would sideline him for the remainder of the season. Ouch. Ohtani then became a free agent and decided to sign with the Dodgers. He debuted with LA as the DH in Seoul, South Korea.
Swung on, hit high in the air to left and deep. This ball is gone! It is Dodger debut!
And he went on to have the most insane season in MLB history. Most notably, marked by becoming the first player in MLB history to achieve both 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases.
Ohtani sends one in the air. Gone! One-of-a-kind player! Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club!
He made his postseason debut that October.
There's a drive! Was there any doubt? Shohei Ohtani arrives in October!
And he led the Dodgers to victories in both the NLDS and NLCS. The Dodgers went on to defeat the Yankees in the World Series, giving Ohtani his first ever World Series ring. Ohtani won the National League MVP award unanimously. After the season, it was revealed that he suffered a torn labrum in his left shoulder in Game 2 of the World Series. Ohtani then started his second year with the Dodgers at the MLB Tokyo Series, and he crushed this home run in front of his hometown fans.
There's an absolute tank! First home run of the season, and it comes in Tokyo.
He's since led them to the best start the Dodgers have ever had in their history.
High fly ball to center field. Ohtani! Inevitable!
Let's briefly go over his international highlights. Ohtani's biggest international moment came at the World Baseball Classic in 2023. With 2 outs in the top of the 9th, this happened.
He struck him out. He strikes out Trout, and Japan's back on top of the baseball world.
Yup, he struck out his teammate and good friend to win the WBC for Japan. One of the greatest moments in baseball history for sure. And in the end, he called it the best moment of his life. Now let's take a look at his recent contracts and brand deals. Ohtani just signed the biggest contract in sports history, but there's a twist. Before we get there, let's rewind to his early deals. When he joined Japan's NPB, the Fighters gave him a $1.2 million bonus and the max rookie salary of $150K. By 2016, he'd signed a $2.37 million extension. But his jump to MLB in 2017 wasn't so simple. Because Ohtani was under 25 with less than 6 years of pro experience, he was classified as an amateur, forcing him to sign a minor league deal. That meant no massive payday, yet. At 23, he signed with the Angels for a $2.3 million bonus and a rookie salary of $535 Gs. Over the next few years, his pay climbed modestly, $650K in 2019, $700K in 2020, before he locked in at an $8.5 million 2-year deal to avoid arbitration. Then, in his final year before free agency, the Angels gave him a $30 million 1-year contract, the biggest ever for an arbitration-eligible player. And that was just a preview of what was coming. In December of 2023, Ohtani signed a $700 million deal with the Dodgers, the richest in North American sports history. It even includes a luxury suite at Dodger Stadium, a hotel suite on every road trip, a personal interpreter, and a full no-trade clause. But there's a catch. Ohtani deferred over 97% of his salary, taking just $2 million per year for the next decade. And the other $680 million, he won't see a dime of that until 2034. This clever move saves the Dodgers from a massive luxury tax hit, letting them build a super team around him. But don't worry, he won't be hurting for cash. Ohtani rakes in $100 million annually from endorsements, partnering with brands like Seiko, Fanatics, New Balance, and Topps. So yeah, he's doing just fine. Now that we know how much he makes, well, how does he spend his cash? He's one of the highest paid players of all time, so there's no doubt he's made some luxurious purchases. One of the first cars he went out and bought was this Tesla Model X. This set him back $78,000. He later bought a Porsche 911, which cost him 131 G's. He also has a decent watch collection, including this Grand Seiko, which goes for $9,100. But that's all nothing compared to the home he purchased in 2024. He paid an insane $7.85 million for this house he bought in La Cañada, Flint Ridge. This 5-bedroom, 6.5-bath mansion came complete with an in-ground pool and a game room. Ohtani purchased the estate from comedian and podcaster Adam Carolla, but something scary happened in the days that followed. Ohtani purchased the home through an LLC to help protect his privacy. However, 2 Japanese outlets revealed the address of the house and sent reporters outside the front of the home to take pictures, film, and interview neighbors, who were unaware that Ohtani was even a resident in the neighborhood. This drew so much attention to his new house that he was forced to sell it without even moving in yet. The Japanese outlets have since issued apologies to Ohtani, but Ohtani's not just buying property in California, because he's building a massive compound in Hawaii, where he plans to build not one, but multiple homes across a sprawling 11-acre site on the Big Island. And he's spending an insane $17 million on his mansion alone. The site will reportedly include a custom-designed mansion, guest houses, and a private farm, blending luxury with a relaxed island lifestyle. Sign me up. To top it off, it overlooks the 8th hole of a golf course within the resort. But he isn't just spending money on himself. When he joined the Dodgers, Joe Kelly was wearing Ohtani's number 17. Kelly's wife, however, convinced him to give it up for Ohtani. And as a thank you, Ohtani surprised her with a brand new Porsche. He gifted Coach Roberts a Porsche as well.
I wanted to interrupt this session and show everybody the present I received from Shohei yesterday.
And he got him another Porsche in 2025.
Shohei got me. Shohei's behind this?
Yes.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Now, how about we take a look into his personal life? And trust me, it's not what you think. Ohtani became a millionaire as a teenager, but unlike most young athletes, he didn't splurge on luxury. Instead, his mom managed his finances, only sending him $1,000 a month for living expenses. His life is all about baseball, even when he's off the field. He prioritizes rest, often sleeping 10+ hours a day and strategically napping to maximize performance. He even has custom pillows packed with extra material to maintain their height. And while many assume he's learning English, Angels catcher Martin Maldonado once revealed that Ohtani actually speaks better Spanish.
He knows Spanish more than he knows English.
These days, Ohtani plays video games with teammates to help improve his English. And speaking of video games, Ohtani's likeness was added to Fortnite, making him the first MLB player available in the game. You may not believe this, but beyond baseball, he's a big NHL fan and frequently catches NHL games to support his friend, defenseman Brandon Montour. He also likes attending Lakers games and has prime seats as the Lakers took down the Timberwolves. At one point, the couple appeared on the Jumbotron, earning a massive ovation from the crowd. And the VIP treatment didn't stop there. He was gifted a custom Lakers jersey with his name on the back. Lakers forward and fellow Japanese athlete Rui Hachimura later admitted that Ohtani's success in LA has been a huge motivation for him, something he proved that night by dropping 23 points in the Lakers' win. The LA Rams gave Ohtani the same treatment during the Thursday night football game against the Saints. Welcomed with a custom number 17 Rams jersey, Ohtani was spotted on the sidelines testing his grip on a football. Later, he watched the game from a suite, rocking his new Rams jersey under his signature leather jacket. After the Rams victory, Ohtani visited the locker room, shaking hands with QB Matthew Stafford and head coach Sean McVay. It turns out, football isn't the only sport Ohtani has dabbled in, but while he looked like a natural with a football in hand, golf is a different story. This unearthed footage shows the Dodgers superstar missing a 3-footer for bogey, proving that you can't be good at everything. No word on when it was filmed, but maybe that $700 million contract can cover a few lessons. or at least a better putter? More recently, Ohtani announced the marriage of his longtime girlfriend, Mamiko Tanaka, and she has an impressive athletic background of her own. Before marrying Ohtani, Tanaka was a professional basketball player in Japan. During her career, she played as a forward and made significant contributions to the Women's Japan Basketball League. She retired in 2023 after a solid season with a shooting rate of 47.7%. Tanaka has been by Ohtani's side through his record-breaking career. The couple quietly tied the knot in early 2024, and 2 weeks later, fans got their first glimpse of Tanaka when the Dodgers posted a photo of them together before a trip to South Korea. Since then, she's been spotted cheering him on at games, celebrating big wins, and even joining him on the red carpet. Oh, stop it. She even prepared care packages for the Dodgers' wives ahead of their trip to Tokyo for the MLB Global Series. Together, the couple has one dog, Decoy, and he stole the show during Ohtani's MVP announcement. Decoy even made his way onto a Dodgers bobblehead and was invited to throw out the first pitch.
Oh, the first dog ever to throw out a first pitch. And it's a strike, right down the middle.
And at the beginning of 2025, Shohei announced his wife was pregnant, meaning the Ohtanis will have a new addition to their team. Outside of his immediate personal life, he's developed some new friends since joining the MLB. When he was playing with the Angels, he became very close with teammates David Fletcher and Mike Trout. Ohtani and Mike still keep in contact till this day. More recently, he's become close with Teoscar Hernandez.
Buenos dias. Dodgers.
Ohtani noted they built an unlikely friendship by communicating in their mutual second language, English. He's also good friends with Roki Sasaki and Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Who is your baseball bestie?
Yoshinobu. Maybe Roki too.
All three of them first bonded while playing for the Japanese national team. In 2025, they all visited the White House after their World Series victory. He also had a long-standing relationship with his former interpreter Ippei Mizuhara, though that relationship has recently ended after some major controversy. Drop a comment if you want us to do a deep dive into that. And when he's not on the field or watching sports, Ohtani's got some serious style. So much so that he even sat down with GQ for a photo shoot. Some other personal accomplishments of Ohtani's are being named to Time 100's list of most influential people of 2021. He was also awarded the Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award by Rob Manfred. This recognizes individuals that have made a major impact on the sport of baseball, often for achievements of historical significance. It's actually not even awarded annually and only has been given out 16 times in total. Speaking of history, when Ohtani crushed his 50th home run, fans went absolutely wild trying to get their hands on the ball.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Get it! No way!
And when it finally hit the auction block, it sold for an insane $4.39 million. That shattered the record for the most expensive baseball ever sold at auction, beating the $3.005 million brought in by Mark McGwire's 70th home run ball. But it doesn't stop there. Topps later created a single 50-50 card to commemorate Ohtani's legendary season. The autographed card features the actual MLB logo from the pants he wore while hitting his 50th home run and stealing his 50th base against the Marlins. It sold for $1,067,000 and is by far the most paid for an Ohtani card. Now, let's switch gears for some moments that caused some waves in Ohtani's career. He pretty much flies under the radar, but his lack of English hasn't stopped a few pundits from voicing their opinions. In 2021, Stephen A. Smith went on a rant about how Ohtani using an interpreter contributes to harming baseball in the U.S.
But the fact that you got a foreign player that doesn't speak English, that needs an interpreter, I think contributes to harming the game to some degree.
Though some controversy after his latest contract signing goes a little deeper. A clause in his contract states he can opt out at any time if controlling owner Mark Walter or president of baseball operations Andrew Friedman lose their roles within the team. This clause has ignited a wave of criticism and frustration from fans who perceive it as an unprecedented level of player influence over front office decisions. It's even raised questions about the balance of power between players and team ownership. But for some, the bigger problem lies in the contract itself. Ohtani agreed to defer a substantial portion of his salary, $68 million of his $70 million annual salary over 10 years.
I do understand he's trying to avoid those California.
There you
Ain't
go.
no doubt about that.
This arrangement provides the Dodgers with immediate financial flexibility, allowing them to enhance their roster and stay competitive in the short term. However, some fans and analysts view this as giving the Dodgers an unfair advantage. By deferring most of Ohtani's salary, the Dodgers can stay under the luxury tax threshold, freeing up money for other signings. This has led to concerns about the potential for financial strategies like this to create disparities between teams, drawing comparisons to financial practices seen in European soccer. But Ohtani's darkest moment came in 2024. Shohei's interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, was accused of embezzling nearly $17 million from Ohtani's bank account to cover gambling debts with an illegal bookmaker. Mizuhara claimed Ohtani was fully aware of the transactions. In January of 2025, audio surfaced of Mizuhara impersonating Ohtani during a phone call to secure a $200,000 wire transfer, further complicating the scandal.
Who am I speaking with? Shohei Ohtani. And the amount of the transaction, please?
For $200,000.
What is the reason for this transaction?
For $5 million.
Despite Mizuhara claiming a gambling addiction, prosecutors argued greed was his primary motivation. He was sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison and ordered to pay restitution of over $18 million, most of which went to Ohtani. The MLB conducted an investigation and cleared Ohtani of any wrongdoing, confirming he had no knowledge of the gambling activity. However, that doesn't stop some fans and analysts in believing Ohtani may have been involved, citing the strange nature of the situation. Additionally, many argue it's hard to believe that Ohtani wouldn't have noticed such a large sum of money going missing from his accounts. Lionsgate Television has since announced the development of a scripted series based on the interpreter gambling scandal. Now let's move on to his most recent controversy in April of 2025. As per tradition, the president invited the World Series champions to the White House. However, the growing divide between a state like California and the president's politics has left many with an uneasy feeling about the White House visit, despite what tradition may say. Many Dodgers fans have pushed back at the team's and Ohtani's decision to visit. Despite all that, Coach Dave Roberts called the White House visit a great honor. Now, at this point, you surely want to know about his career earnings. As we mentioned before, he just signed one of the largest deals in sports history, so we're sure his net worth is going to rise. Having said that, his total career earnings to date are $246,269,259 bucks, and his net worth currently sits at $150 million. Thanks for watching.